I'm out here with Jasmine Camacho-Quinn, the Olympic champion, right after she just had a low-key opener of 12:69. It's a little windy, but it's still the fastest all-conditioning time in the world. How are you feeling after that run?
I'm okay. At first, I was too busy trying to compare it to last year when I opened up, which was a 12:2. But I also competed later last year than I did this year. So, I mean, everything is earlier right now. So I'm just taking it meet by meet. I'm not putting no pressure on myself, and it's just good to get back out there and race.
That's great to hear. So you skip indoors, but you must have noticed all the fireworks that went off. What's your thoughts on everything? The world record being broken, being equaled, the world indoor championship in the 60-meter hurdles?
I mean, it was only a matter of time. Women's hurdles has evolved into something crazy. And honestly, like, the times ran indoor or ran outdoor as it is. If you ever watched our races, you can see like those times are being ran. So it wasn't a surprise at all. But I mean, change is coming, so.
Definitely. I mean, the hottest event by far. You guys are getting ready on April the 20th to go to China for a back and forth 2 rounds in China. How are you feeling for that race? What's your mindset towards that?
I mean, honestly, it's just preparation for Olympics. Old me would just be like, oh, like everything has to be perfect. I need to be ready to go, and, you know, nail every single race. But this is for sure preparation. So I'm not putting no pressure on myself at all. I mean, what matters is Olympics.
Definitely. So. And speaking about Olympics, nobody knows about it better than you. You're the Olympic champion, the 2020 Olympic champion, running in 2021. But you have one of the craziest stories in the Olympics, 2016. Everybody can remember that story. You fell, and I mean, the emotions that you feel really shows, you know, how much hard work you put into it, because, you know, doing all that and then falling over the hurdles, which is a casualty, then you come back in 2020, 2021, and then win. How did you feel after that? Give me a little rundown.
Honestly, in Tokyo, before semis, I started crying. I was just more nervous that the same thing would happen again, like 2016. So I don't know what it was, but I got out the blocks. I took off. I did not fear nothing. I'm like, well, if I fall, I fall. Who cares? You know? It didn't happen. That's when the Olympic record was broken. But the crazy thing is, for finals, I did hit the hurdle. And honestly, as soon as I hit it, I went back to 2016. But I was like, oh, let me just run over the last hurdle, like whatever. So just held it together, and I was mad just because of what I was going for. Even though, it was a goal, it was a time I was going for. And that didn't happen, but oh well, it is what it is. I got to go medal.
So you're crowned the Olympic champion, but still not pleased. I mean, that really shows the type of athlete that you are. I mean, just give me the Olympic medal then. But I mean, you're definitely out here putting in the work. I just finished watching you doing a little workout after just setting the world lead, all condition world lead. What's the mindset when it comes to that? Are you guys just putting in work regardless, working through all the track meets?
Yeah. If I probably had 2 rounds of the hurdles, then I probably wouldn't have had a workout. But the fact that I had 1 round, it was either run the 200 or do the workout. And I'm not staying until 7 o'clock to do the 200s. I'm going home.
Okay, that sounds good. Let's take it back to college a little bit. So went to Kentucky, did great. We were in college around the same time, so I definitely got to witness that greatness firsthand. One of the things that's new now that we never had back in the days is the NIL. I want to talk to you a little bit about it. First of all, I need you to give me a dollar figure. How much money do you think you missed out on NIL?
You know, I just know a little bit, like surface level basically of the NIL stuff. So I don't know if I could have been able to do things. Would I have been able to do things back in Puerto Rico? I don't know for sure. I can't even put a dollar sign on it because we did not have that. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, but if we did have that, I think, you know, like the content what we was talking about, that would be pushed a little bit more for social media. Yeah, man, these kids lucky nowadays. Yeah,
100%. Nah, I mean, it's fair to say you missed out on the bag, though. You definitely would have ran it up, because I mean, you had that branding back in the days. So, is there any advice that you have to give to the young kids now that's dealing with that money that you probably would have wanted yourself because you didn't get the opportunity? What would you tell them?
Honestly, now that I mean, it's not NIL money, but you know, it's money I'm making as a pro. Honestly, invest your money. Figure out, like, I know, like, when you first sign your contract, that's money. We didn't have money growing up and stuff like that, so we're excited to buy shoes, whatever we want, the nicest things. But honestly, now that I'm older, And all these years, you know, I've even been under Nike and the other contracts I have. Like, I wish I got into like real estate.
Real estate.
Once the pandemic came, like if I knew all the information that I know now, I would have done things differently.
Yeah.
But I was so caught up on taking care. Oh, I got money.
Yeah.
And life changed after Olympics. I can for sure say that the bag got, it was big.
The bag got baggy.
It's big.
Yeah.
So, it's just be smart with your money. I would definitely say be smart with your money. Like, understand, like, you have to pay taxes.
Yep.
That's another thing. Taxes, you cannot get away from that.
Yeah.
And it's BS to me, but whatever. And then, that's all I have to say is really invest, save. If you buy stuff, treat yourself, whatever, but don't spend on basically liabilities. Like, invest in the assets. Get your stuff, set yourself up, and yeah, man.
You hear that? Invest, real estate, pay your taxes. Don't mess with the IRS. You already know. So since we're already in the finance talk right now, let's talk a little bit about the world athletics and some of the changes that have been making over the last couple of years. What do you think they could do to make track and field not just better as a sport, but just more profitable? Make sure that, athletes are getting paid. Because, as you know right now, the athletes at the top, they get paid fairly, but at the middle class, they don't get paid much. What do you think they could do different?
Honestly, one, I don't like the decrease. First of all, $10,000. We going across these. Yeah. Depending on who you are, people got to sit in like regular economy, and to fly that far over there in a regular seat 2 days before you have to that's BS to me.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt your competition. Right?
I'm not with it. I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
And then especially some of the flights, like they only cover some people like only have a little bit of their flights covered. That's BS to me. Yeah. You want them to come compete, pay for that. Another thing, 10K, okay, whatever. Like it get to the point where you just want your appearance fee. So that's what I look forward to. But the decrease from first to second, I'm not with either. Yeah. I don't think that's fair. And eighth place, what is it? Is it $500?
$500 for eighth place for last place.
That's ridiculous at that point. Because what are you gonna do with $500 in this economy?
Yeah.
Like, be for real. I know some people be like, oh, I'm appreciative of that. Okay, whatever. But your agent gets a cut out of. Just think of that. $500, your agent gets a cut out of that, and then depending on you, maybe your coach gets a cut out of that. I don't know how it's set up. However you are with your coach or whatnot, and you walking away with what?
Probably 100, maybe.
You just went went overseas for that, So I think they could do better with paying the athletes. You can't expect everybody to show up and fight, give these world leading times and do all of this stuff, and then you barely pay. That's not fair to the athletes.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. I think nowadays we're talking about some dual track leagues. I don't know if you've heard about them. They're having conversations about some new track leagues that might be coming in 2025. The 100-meter hurdles is the most competitive race easily. So now it might be a chance for you guys to go 1v1. What are you thinking about that, considering how much of an effect it could have on growing the sport with being head-to-head, which is what most sports fans are used to, and what kind of impact you think it'll have on your event specifically?
It'll be 1 versus 1?
1v1.
Okay, that's my first time hearing this, honestly. Right. So when it comes down to that, people are more interested, honestly, into sprints. Yeah. So when the football guys did it like a couple years ago, they had like the 40 or something for like $1 million. We need stuff like that. You know what I mean? For hurdles. I
mean, you guys are already competitive already. It's not even like, honestly, you guys are probably one of the only events that don't need a head-to-head, because you guys are going head-to-head every week anyways.
Like, we have no break. We have no break. Like, I'm tired of seeing everybody. I want to go to a meet and just be like, all right, I could chill. I can never go to a meet and feel like I can chill. I'm like, okay, I have to see you again, you again, you again, you again. And it's tiring like that. It's not even just physically, like mentally. It's like, all right, you got to get into the zone of like, I don't know, man. Just every single, it's like 100% every time.
Honestly, I understand. So you run for Puerto Rico. What does that mean, competing for that country and being one of the people that they look up to give them that global exposure and bring home some gold medals?
It means a lot, to be honest. The representation, I think, like, there's a lot of us out there. A lot of us born in the States. A lot of us first language is English. It's just being able to represent. It means a lot. Puerto Rico is, people think of vacation and whatnot, but I mean, we out there, and it's still growing and building right now. I just met somebody out here. She wants to run. I just raced against her, I think.
Yeah, heard us?
Yeah.
So we might see a Puerto Rico 4x1 soon.
I don't know. I'm not against stuff like that. Okay, if we have it, then I'm okay with doing a 4x1 or even a 4x4 or mixed relay. If we have the people, I'll do it.
Definitely.
It means a lot just to represent and be out there. And
we know that you're a competitor, and we know that you're going to go out there and get it. But I can already tell the mental aspect of everything is a big part of it for you. You know, speaking about your 2016 and 2020 experiences at the Olympics. What do you tell yourself mentally to keep going every day that other people could learn from?
Oh, man, honestly, it is tough. I think because we have 5 years in a row, we have no break. And to constantly train at like a high, like the intensity that we're at is so hard. I'm not even gonna lie, like on the way here, I was checked out. I'm like, man, I'm ready to let this be my last year. My anxiety was getting to me. Then I started warming up. I'm like, you know what, I'm okay. Like, I'm actually okay. I think this race just kind of shifted things for me. I haven't really competed all season. I did one 4x4, so I think this was good that I did that, even though the time wasn't what I wanted it to be. I'm able to go back and grind for this next week, and I don't know, just be a little bit more positive.
Definitely. I mean, the brain plays tricks on you, and
I do.
everybody knows when you're there and by yourself and it's just you and your thoughts, a lot of things can happen. But at the end of the day, just to show you an Olympic champion still goes through these type of thoughts even to this day, and you know, you're working through it. And you know, I'm happy to see you out here competing and you know, being an inspiration. I've seen all the fans come up to you. Everybody wants a picture, including myself. We're gonna get one after this. So Jasmine, thank you for taking some time out to talk to me today. Looking forward to seeing you for the rest of the season. Definitely going to be watching those 100-meter hurdle races.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see everybody competing.
Thank you.